Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.
In this week's advisory video, we're going to look at what's going on with the RBI monetary policy and how we can interpret that. For a quick breakdown of the policy actions, you can check out our reel on that we released on Policy Day. But in this video, let's talk about what's going on in a little bit more detail. So if we look at the high level, there's been no change in the monetary policy stance. So we're still at a neutral stance. If we look at what happened with the key policy rates, the repurchase rate was left at 6.5%, and the CRR, or your cash reserve ratio, was cut to 4% from 4.5%. All the other key policy rates were maintained at the same level. So from a rate action standpoint, you don't really see much that has happened. And when we look at the details of what the cash reserve ratio is, we realize that this is something that controls banking system liquidity. So one thing that we need to understand is that the RBI is now using a broader range of policy tools and not just the stance as well as the repo rate to control liquidity and growth in the Indian economy. So this is the first thing that we can take away. The second thing is this change in the CRR is expected to infuse about 1.16 lakh crores of liquidity into the economy, and the RBI is doing this in a proactive manner because they expect liquidity conditions to tighten through December, and this change from 4.5 to 4% is actually what they're terming a normalization, which is to say that our CRR was actually at 4% a few years ago, and in April 2022 it was at 4.5%. Now they feel that there's a need to normalize things, and they're bringing it back to the historic sort of level that it was at. So in some sense, this is a reversal of old policy actions and not really a new policy actions as far as the RBI is concerned. But when we delve deeper into the context of what's going on here, we realize that this policy action and this meeting actually occurs at a very interesting juncture of data points. So your October CPI data came out rather high, with inflation standing at 6.21% on whole, and this was largely driven by food and vegetable prices, which the RBI expects to soften over the course of time. However, given that this, on one side you've had very high inflation, growth should have also been supportive, but the Q2 GDP growth data that came out was quite disappointing. So we are at a phase where growth seems to have slowed down. Possibly in Q3 also we might be seeing slower growth that's occurring. And if we look at how the RBI has revised projections for growth between October and December, you will see that there is a stark difference in the total expectations, right? So we've moved from a net growth number of 7.2% across all quarters in FY 24-25 to 6.6%. That's a fairly steep decline in projections, and only half of this data is actually available. The rest of it is forward looking, in the sense that this is data that we'll have to collect over the next few months. So in this backdrop of high inflation and low or slowing growth, there is a need for us to pay more attention to policy actions. There is a need for us to look at how this is going to affect our asset allocations and how we can actually manage portfolio risks in this evolving macroeconomic context. The RBI's theme for this policy has been all about taking the right action at the right time. And it's also important for us as investors to review our investment decisions and make the right actions at the right time. So we invite you to make more informed decisions and more educated decisions. You can always follow our channel for content like this. Do subscribe to our channel, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.